Say what you want to say and hell with the consequences. Ice Cube. Today was a good day. Today we have a very awesome reaction video. This is from Cube, Ice Cube. He went on the Piers Morgan show and he talks a little bit about our free speech, our rights. He talks about the jabby jab, jab, jab. If you know what I'm talking about, yeah, buddy, yes, sir. Let's see what the Cubester has to say about the First Amendment. Let's go.
Let me ask you this. There's been a lot of stuff about the state of the world, about the state of America. Where do you see things right now?
I think, you know, people are very polarized in all kind of ways. People are afraid to speak out because of the cancer culture.
That's it.
Cancel. I said cancer. Cancel culture that we have today. So I just think, you know, people are afraid and they're running to their corners. You know,
in a way, it is a cancel culture. It behaves like that.
It does, because it makes not only the person that's getting canceled, they're trying to shut them up, but anybody's watching now, they shut up because they say, if it can happen to this guy, it can happen to me. Yep. So by smashing somebody who says something that you might not like.
The media, the cancer culture is definitely just spreading fear, trying to invade our rights for free speech. Keep on going, Mr. Cube.
And canceling them, it actually reverberates throughout the whole community, and everybody now is watching what they say all the time.
Well, see, what's the answer to this? Because I think it's crazy that in a democracy like the United States, like the United Kingdom, that people are too frightened to speak their mind, to say what they think. What do we do about this?
I think you say what you want to say.
That's kind of funny coming from Piers Morgan, because I think he was actually part of the cancel culture, if you know what I'm talking about. He was the one that was actually trying to cancel free speech, if you will. And here he seems pretty calm. No arguing. Of course, who's going to argue with a legend? Who's going to argue with a gangster? Piers Morgan ain't going to do that. No way. Let's go, Cube.
Say, and to hell with the consequences. You got to be willing to fight.
That in a democracy like the United States, like the United Kingdom, that people are too frightened to speak their mind, to say what they think. What do we do about this?
I think you say what you want to say, and to hell with the consequences. You got to be willing to fight for your rights and fight for what you believe in. And if you're a person who believes in freedom of speech, you have to fight and say what you feel and let the chips fall where they may, and stand on that. And, you know, it may not be an easy road, but I think you feel better about yourself when you say what needs to be said at the time it needs to be said, and not afterwards where you go home and think, I should have said this.
Okay, so Cube definitely made some really good points. One of them is basically say what you want and heck with the consequences. Now, of course, when you have a social media like content creators that they make their money on YouTube making videos, content, a lot of times they got to watch out as well what they say, because you can't say this, you can't say that, you can't say the jab. If you're against what the media, the mainstream media is, if you're against their agenda and you talk against them on YouTube or on Instagram, especially Facebook is really bad at this. You get flagged, you get put in Facebook jail, you get censored. So this is an attack on our freedom of speech, our rights. Slowly but surely are trying I guess we'll call it the elite or the agenda people that are trying to push their agenda on us is slowly trying to take our rights. And I think Cube was on one side of the aisle, if you will. But it looks like now he's kind of not so out there in left field, if you will. So I think Cube definitely have some points there. Let's go ahead and listen to him on the Jabba Jabba Jabba.
You turned down a $9 million movie role in 2021 because you wouldn't take the COVID vaccine. It was being mandated in Hollywood at the time. Any regrets? There's a lot of money.
Not at all. Not one regret.
You know my thought when I heard that story?
Gangsta.
You must be even richer than I think you are.
I mean, everybody can use $9 million. I don't care how rich they think they are. You know, everybody can use that money. I could have used that money. My family could have used that money.
Right now.
But I felt like, you know, your health is worth more than all the money in the world. Because if you had all the money in the world and you wasn't healthy, you would use that money to get healthy. So, to me, it was an experimental drug.
Yep.
And they had no time to really see the long-term effects. Like most, and I'm vaccinated. I've been vaccinated when I was a kid, but these are drugs that have been tested for decades, and you know,
and even if you got
most
vaccinated,
of the side
you
effects.
still
I mean,
got
ultimately,
sick.
I felt about COVID vaccines that once it was established against what they initially thought, that you could still transmit the virus, whether you were vaccinated or not, to me, it becomes a personal choice. Then it's down to you.
Yeah, without a doubt. And, you know, the pharmaceutical companies made a lot of money. Businesses closed. You know, it's like an incentive, even when things are not going right, to keep going.
I remember when they were pushing the Jabby Jab. A lot of restaurants, especially Krispy Kreme, I think you could get a 12 dozen or half a dozen donuts if you could give proof that you got the Jabby Jab. That's ridiculous. Come on.
It's kind of like the war machine. You know, if you make the bullets and the Band-Aids, you're going to always want to be in war because it's profitable.
Have you worked out who you're going to vote for next year?
No.
It's what we would call in Britain a Hobson's choice.
All right. Ice Cube definitely made a lot of good points on that subject as well. Now I want to hear what Ice Cube says and what he thinks about AI, artificial intelligence, taking over the world, essentially. Pretty scary stuff. Let's get Ice Cube's insight on this.
You know, could you imagine if an actor, you're talking about?
Let's talk about the music industry. Huge amount of attention being given to artificial intelligence now.
Yeah.
Clearly it has awesome power, not least to replicate how people like you would make music. What do you feel about that?
I think it's terrible. I think it's going to make people lazier, less creative. You know, could you imagine if an actor, if I decided not to do a sequel and the movie company said, we have the rights to your likeness.
Right.
We're going to put you in the sequel whether you want to be or not.
Oh,
we have the right
never
to.
thought about that.
So
But
now they use
that actually makes sense because now you could actually get a soundbite or you could get the voice of any actor. You get that sound or that voice sound of anybody and it'll actually sound exactly like them. Use them in a phone call, prank call, use them in a video. So that definitely makes sense. Yeah.
AI to put Ice Cube in a movie I don't want to be in, saying things I don't want to say and doing things I wouldn't do. So to me, that's terrible. Or
you know how many
taking an artist that's passed away
5 part,
and having
6
them
part,
do a
7
new
might,
song
could
with
happen
lyrics that they may not agree with. It's
Good
just,
point.
you know, it's a slippery slope that it will hurt us more than it will help us.
Is there a
believe it.
benefit
I
that
believe
you
it.
can see
I
where
believe
you could use AI to enhance what you do?
I mean, we use, automation here and there to help advance
But
and
that
make
takes
us
the,
sound better. But
the artistic
once you
side
take the
of an artist,
paintbrush out of
right?
the painter's hand,
If you let AI
it
do everything
really
for you.
a painting from him,
Right. Well, it's an interesting question, isn't it? Is it? I mean, I don't know.
Like if somebody does a Ice Cube AI song, how could it be an Ice Cube song? It's an artificial. It's like a mannequin or a puppet, or that's how I look at it. It's not real.
Do you think it's going to kill us all, artificial intelligence? I interviewed Professor Stephen Hawking before he died.
Now that I'm kind of thinking about this, like using artificial intelligence to write a song in your style, it almost sounds and seems like this is the precursor to maybe getting to something more diabolical as cloning somebody. Now, I've heard that people are already being cloned. They've been cloned, but I think this is just a step to get to that higher step where they could actually start cloning to the masses and kind of get us ready to that era. Kind of scary.
Died. And I said, what's the biggest threat to mankind? He said, when artificial intelligence learns to self-design. That's it.
Yeah, I think it's already figuring us out in a lot of different ways. I've heard that it's learned how to lie.
Yeah.
It almost sounds like the devil.
This is the in every science fiction movie, this is the beginning of the end.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
If you knew it was about to end, what would you do on your last day? You got 24 hours to live.
Hug my family, love them, explain to them how much I care about them. Pray to my maker, and prepare myself to meet him.
Ice Cube speaking deep, dropping them bars on the interview, if you will. I think he said it well. This is the beginning to the end. Ice Cube, I think you've hit the nail right on the head, if I'm saying that correctly. If not, my bad. But Ice Cube dropping bars, dropping the mic on this interview. It's kind of crazy how Pierce Morgan was calm, wasn't all trying to be all defensive, but bro, you can't be all offensive and defensive to a legend like Ice Cube. So awesome interview, great interview, Mr. Cube. Guys, thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe, please like, and we'll see you on the next video. Peace out. Thank you for watching this video in its entirety. If you want to check out some more videos, click on one of these two videos and you won't be disappointed.